Hey, I'm Jake Blanchard, and welcome to Out Jakes. Today, I'm exploring the world of 3D printing. But not just 3D printing, I'm talking about large-scale 3D print manufacturing. I'm at Slant 3D in Caldwell, Idaho. I'm gonna be meeting with Gabe Bentz, who's the founder here. And Gabe's gonna walk me through how 3D printers are revolutionizing manufacturing and what the capabilities of this technology can be for the future. All right, Gabe, tell me a little bit about Slant 3D. What is going on in this place?
So Slant 3D, we're really focused on high volume production of 3D printed parts. Traditionally, if you were ever to make something like this phone stand, you'd have to go to China, get an injection mold. By using 3D printing, you're able to produce it just from a 3D model. Basically, you have the idea and the parts start appearing without any sort of front setup. So we were really focused on building large-scale print farms so that when you produce parts like this, you can actually do it at tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even more.
Then how does this business model evolve from playing around with one or two designs to all of a sudden kind of opening it up for the world to start manufacturing with you?
That's really just kind of setting up the processes so that it's easy for people to get a hold of it.
Okay.
Because right now, we've basically made a process where anybody who wants to upload a thing can upload a thing, and then the physical parts start coming out. And then we take care of the printing, the shipping, all of that kind of distribution, so that all anybody ever has to have is the idea for their tentacle telephone stand.
How many parts and pieces are you guys manufacturing on any given day or a month?
Right now, when Print Farm Beta is all done and has a full 800 machines in there, they'll be producing somewhere between 80 and 100,000 parts a week.
Take me through how somebody goes from the amateur, fun producer to somebody who's trying to solve a problem in the market and needs a partnership to scale and grow their 3D printing.
So we work with a lot of those kind of clients who have created something in their home and they have a home 3D printer. A lot of those guys end up going to something like Etsy to start selling it, or eBay or Amazon, doing little one-offer things. When they're getting a demand, like at the Christmas season, that's just way larger than what they would have expected, then they basically just email us their design and say, hey, I need 500, 1,000, 10,000 more of these things, and go. There's no other kinds of preparation or tooling or machining that has to happen.
What is next? Like, take me around the corner.
So the real challenge right now is to actually go from making 500 or 1,000 or 100,000 down to making just one. Because when you make 1,000 parts, you have the economies of scale there. Since all you have going into it is electricity and plastic, you should be able to make one part for the same cost as making 1,000. Then you get to take all this information from the world or any individual, and they can basically just say, I kind of want this thing, or our company has invented this new thing that only 10 people in the world care about, and they get to make it really affordably, sell it at a reasonable standard price, and still never have that big old barrier to entry of traditional manufacturing.
If this market continues to progress, this would be true just-in-time inventory production. I don't think a lot of people realize how much cost there is in the value chain all the way down. You're making true complex supply chains much, much simpler.
All those pieces disappear to where you basically just have the warehouse that parts come out.
Maybe take us a little bit more through what it takes for a 3D printer to know what's on the computer and make it show up in real life.
What we're able to do is basically sculpt a 3D model of the thing in the computer. So just imagine a wad of clay in the computer, and then we shape it into whatever the thing is we're going to make. Then the printer itself is basically a hot glue gun laying down a long coil pot. It's just that coil is as big as a human hair, so that it looks like it's a fine finished product, but that is just a coil pot, just like what you were doing in kindergarten. Since it's so easy to actually create the 3D model, there's situations where you can just upload a photo and the software will figure out something to make and send to the machine. So you actually sent us your logo a little bit early. And what we did was we just ran it through our software and it made a lampshade for you that we can put onto a lamp if you want to come take a look.
Yeah, let's go check it out, man.
Is your lampshade. So we were able to take that photo and pull it right onto the lampshade.
Oh, wow. So then I could reach out to you with a logo from my business and have a custom lampshade in
A few hours almost.
Yeah, this is pretty incredible, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No problem. Let's actually light it up here. Sitting right on there. Let there be light.
Oh man, that is the most beautiful lampshade I think I've ever seen in my life.
The very best Jake Blanchard one for sure.
I'm thinking after this video comes out, there's going to be a demand of at least a couple of million orders.
One can only hope.
Well, Gabe, thanks for having me out today. I really appreciate you showing me around. The ability for me to solve a problem and to manufacture an item and then to scale its distribution is just at my fingertips. And the cost to enter a market like this never been small.
Practically free anymore.
Well, man, you're doing some really cool stuff out here. Thanks again for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for coming out, Jake.